The cars in Cars first raced into our hearts in 2006, and now, 11 years later, we are finally getting the third installment in the franchise. Coming off the heels of a not-so-fantastic sequel, Pixar wants to clear the air and set the record straight about what we can expect in the all-new adventure, Cars 3. Before we get started, though, we want to see how fast you can click that red subscribe button. Already subscribed to CBR? No, that's impressive. You get a gold star. Let us know your score in the comments below. Now, let's do this.
There's no way the rookie can make it through. Not in one piece, that is.
The plot. Lightning McQueen takes center stage in the new movie from Pixar, Cars 3. When we first witness his career in the racing world, McQueen was at the top of his game. He was the young, hotshot race car and the fan favorite to win every race he was in. This time around, though, things have changed. McQueen is getting older and he just isn't able to perform like he used to. When a new generation of racers emerges, including the talented rookie Jackson Storm, they threaten to drive McQueen out of the sport he loves. He's even severely injured during a race, making fans question whether or not he should still be racing. As the spotlight shifts from Lightning to Storm, McQueen must enlist the help from faces old and new to try and find a way to hold on to his relevance in the racing community. With the Florida 500 race on the horizon, his time for training is ticking away. As luck would have it, McQueen finds a new trainer after his accident who says she can help him win the race. With the help of his new and old friends, McQueen's chances of winning increase dramatically. However, he'll still need to pull out all the stops if he has any hope of winning the race and preserving his legacy. Jackson Storm. With an all-new movie comes all-new characters. The first car you should be on the lookout for is the up-and-coming Jackson Storm. Voiced by Armie Hammer, this car is growing into the new face of race car driving. Even as a rookie, he's supposed to be one of the most impressive racers on the racetrack, and he knows it. This car was built specifically for racing. He has a sleek body designed with minimal wind resistance and maximum speed in mind. He can go from 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds, and his top speed is 214 miles per hour. One can't help but notice the resemblance between Jackson Storm and Lightning McQueen, and it's almost like Storm is an updated version of McQueen. His body type is similar, but with an advanced look. Storm's number is 2.0, suggesting he is an upgraded version of a previous model. And then, of course, we have their names, Lightning and Storm. Lightning evokes speed, sure, but Storm encompasses rain, thunder, lightning, and power. He is truly a new and improved model over McQueen, but that doesn't mean McQueen doesn't have a few tricks up his sleeve. After all, Jackson Storm isn't the only new car in the movie.
I hate rusty cars. This is not good for my image.
They did give you your big break.
Cruz Ramirez. During one of his races, McQueen suffers a shocking accident. You may have seen this firsthand from the heartbreaking and controversial teaser trailers that Pixar released for the movie in 2016. In order to get him fixed up, he's taken to the Rusty's Racing Center, where he meets Cruz Ramirez. She is a Hispanic technician, racing trainer, and big Lightning McQueen fan. After helping him get back on his wheels, she offers her services as a trainer to help him beat Jackson Storm in the Florida 500. She's a friendly and fierce car that has a lot to offer McQueen. She is young and a novice to coaching, but having a fresh perspective and innovative ideas from a new coach should prove invaluable to McQueen's training. She might not be a racer herself, but she has quite the build for speed. Her curves are aerodynamic, she's made of lightweight alloy, and under the hood she has a high-performance engine, which gets her from 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds. With a top speed of 210 miles per hour, she's even faster than Lightning McQueen himself. There's no doubt that this character will make a great addition to the Cars franchise, and you should be on the lookout for her to do something great in the movies.
And now, our last competitor, number 95, Lightning McQueen.
Returning favorites. It wouldn't be a Cars movie without our favorite cars. Most of our old friends are back and here to help Lightning McQueen reclaim the spotlight. McQueen even travels back to Radiator Springs on the old Route 66 highway. There, he meets up with all of his old hillbilly hell pals like Luigi, Ramon, Sally, and of course, Mater. You know, like Tow Mater. Together they help him train for the big race, just like in the original Cars movie. Sally's role in the film is currently unknown, which makes some speculate as to what she might be bringing to the table. Some people are already speculating that her and McQueen's relationship may be on the rocks, and now that he has a new trainer who's a female, we may see some tension arise from the situation. There is one more car from McQueen's past you should keep a lookout for: Doc Hudson. The Hudson Hornet died after the first Cars movie, and sadly, so did Paul Newman, the voice of the actor who played Doc. But the creators have stated that we will see him make an appearance in an emotional flashback, so have some tissues handy when you watch this movie.
Can I start you two lovebirds off with a couple drinks?
Yes, I'll have my usual.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have that too.
A little less Mater. Mater was instantly a fan favorite of the first film, and it made sense to give him a movie where he had a bigger role in the storyline. In fact, he became the main character in Cars 2, while McQueen took a back seat for the film. A lot of people didn't really love the sequel because although it was fun at times, it lacked the charm of the first movie. The characters aimed to learn from the problems of the second film and focus more on the racing aspect, with Lightning McQueen, rather than a crazy, out-of-the-blue storyline with a different car. As a result, the third installment in the Cars franchise will have a lot more Lightning and a little less Mater. That's not to say that Mater won't be in it at all. Of course, he'll have plenty to say and contribute to the movie. Whether he's helping McQueen let loose by taking him fishing, or he's secretly on another spy mission doing crazy stunts in the background, Mater will definitely have a part in the movie. He just won't be the center of attention this time around.
This time I'm gonna make sure you stay dead.
More dark and emotional. If you've seen the first teaser trailer for Cars 3, you know that the tone of this new movie is drastically different from the second film. While Cars 2 was a bit goofier and over the top, Cars 3 aims to be a bit darker and emotional. Now, we're not saying it will be the Dark Knight dark, although it would be crazy twist to see the Joker show up as a car in the movie, but we mean dark by Pixar standards. Much like the incinerator scene in Toy Story 3, Cars 3 will have a similar tone in certain scenes. Pixar realizes that his audience is growing up, and fans of the Cars franchise are getting older. Therefore, they can include scenes that are more emotional and complex, and most of the viewers won't be too lost. Certain concepts may be too difficult for some of the younger viewers to understand, but Pixar has always done a good job of pushing those boundaries just enough to challenge the viewers but still remain child and family friendly. You can expect to be a little shocked during some scenes, but this is still Disney we're talking about, so you won't have much to worry about.
I don't know about this, Finn. What if I screw things up?
Impossible. Just apply the same level of dedication you've been using to play the idiot tow truck.
Directorial debut. This is Brian Fee's first foray into directing a movie. There is always an element of unknown when handing the reins over to a new director, especially on a film that is already part of a large franchise. But Fee actually has already made a name for himself with his previous projects. In fact, most of his work is with Disney films, and his most recent work is with the art department for other Pixar films like Ratatouille, WALL-E, and Cars 2. He's obviously more than qualified to handle the artistic side of things, but what about directing? Sometimes trusting someone to direct a major project without any directing experience can be fatal for a movie. There have been a few incidents in the past where a first-time director drove a movie or even a franchise into the ground. On the other hand, you have people like Jennifer Lee. Her directorial debut was co-directing the movie Frozen, and unless you've been living under a rock, you know that Frozen turned out to be the highest-grossing animated film of all time. So, you never know if a new director will ruin a movie or make it amazing. Hopefully, the latter is true for Cars 3.
And Lightning McQueen just blasted away, hooked to the now rocket-propelled tow truck.
Randy Newman score. Randy Newman is back with Pixar once again, creating beautiful works of art for Cars 3. He's worked on hundreds of projects in the past and is the man behind 7 other Pixar classics, including Toy Story, A Bug's Life, Toy Story 2, Monsters Inc., Cars, Toy Story 3, and Monsters University. Beyond Pixar, Newman lent his music prowess to other films such as James and the Giant Peach, Cats Don't Dance, and The Three Amigos. Randy Newman got his start in the music industry when he was just 17 years old. His early career as a songwriter helped him to create his own solo act, as well as create music for other artists. It wasn't long after that he started working for TV shows, and then naturally films followed shortly after. Newman was nominated for an Oscar for his song Our Town, which was featured in the first Cars film, and he actually came away with an Oscar for his song Didn't Have You from Monsters Inc., as well as We Belong Together from Toy Story 3. Pixar obviously loves what he does, and have already employed him to do the score for the upcoming Toy Story 4.
Finn!
Our satellites picked up an urgent communique.
So you got to my email.
Oh, man, y'all is gonna have a great time.
Sounds familiar. Pixar does a great job of employing the same voice actors from movie to movie, and Cars 3 is no exception. Owen Wilson returns as the leading man for Lightning McQueen. You may also know him from other films such as Wedding Crashers, Shanghai Noon, and Zoolander. Larry the Cable Guy, the country comedian, is once again the voice of Mater, and Bonnie Hunt from Jumanji and Cheaper by the Dozen reprises her role as Sally. All of the other voices are returning too. The voice of Luigi, Ramon, Guido, Flo, Sarge, Sheriff, Fillmore, and all our favorites are back with the original voice actors. They are even using clips from Paul Newman's previous voice work and including it in the new movie. In addition to the old voices though, you may recognize some new ones in the mix. Armie Hammer, yes, that's his real name, voices Jackson Storm. You may know him from The Lone Ranger or The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Cristela Alonzo, actress in her own TV show Cristela, is the voice of Cruz Ramirez. It's always jarring to hear a strange and different voice come from a character you've known for years, so luckily that won't be the case in this movie. An ode to Cars. The creator of Cars 3 wanted to take the movie in a completely different direction from Cars 2. They decided they wanted the movie to be more realistic in the real world of cars and racing and take the franchise back in the direction of the first film. For the new movie, the creators visited Detroit, which is widely considered to be the heart of car culture. There, they aimed to get the inspiration and advice from other car enthusiasts. They even consulted with the former Ford Motor Company chief of design to help sketch out the model for Jackson Storm and some modifications for Lightning McQueen. A big part of what makes Pixar so great are the small details they always include in their projects. The animators are constantly spot on with their renditions of characters and environments, and the Cars 3 team is looking to keep the trend going. They've researched even the finest details of famous racetracks and automobiles to keep the film as true to the source material as possible. Plus, with the advancements in animation and Pixar's incredible attention to detail, this movie is not only going to be great, but look great as well. It's been 6 years since we've seen a Cars sequel, and the third movie in the trilogy may very well make or break the franchise.
You made us proud, kid.
Congrats on the loss, me bucko.
What do you think? Are you planning on watching the movie or holding out for something else? Let us know in the comments below. Also, before you go, don't forget to hit the like to show your love, the bell to join the notification squad, and subscribe to catch even more entertaining videos from CBR.